Hello, everybody. Um, Sorry, I had to scratch my ear. I just wanted to say a quick thing before this one. This is really long. I blabber on a lot. But I mentioned seeing a trailer, and I'll play that trailer first. I'll leave the actual, 2-minute trailer until the very end. I saw a trailer which appeared as an ad, so I didn't see the title of it. But the trailer I saw was the second trailer, and the second trailer is titled Charlie. And Charlie's the girl, and they focused heavily around the girl in that trailer. I say that the trailer really made me upset that I focused around it too much, which I don't know why I'm saying it. But they focused around it too much. I don't know why I'm saying it now. So unfortunately, I gave the rating about a C plus. I'm gonna move that up to a B plus. So just in the long run, it's actually a B plus. I'll write a little on-screen note when I say C. I'll actually say B plus. And that was my bad. It's just the original trailer. I think they shouldn't have put Charlie in the second half of the original trailer because of things I talk about later on. Minor spoilers. Again, first 30 minutes of the film. I don't know why I said again. It's because I recorded this second and the other stuff first. This is a very messed up compilation for this trailer review. I apologize. So yeah, sorry. Just wanted to say that. And I hope you enjoy the video.
Maybe we finish the toy after the quiz. My name's Annie. My mom died a week ago. She was a very private woman, and she wasn't altogether there at the end.
Who's gonna take care of me
You don't think I'm gonna take care of you?
when you die?
Sorry, I recognize you from your mother. How is your relationship with your daughter? What?
Peter?
Charlie? Are you okay? Charlie? Please stop.
Charlie! Charlie!
Please stop. Charlie!
What's happening?
Hello, everybody. Sorry, my mic was muted for those few seconds. Where do I start with this one? Okay, this is Hereditary. I'm trying to give it the benefit of the doubt. I was not too impressed with this movie upon first viewing, but I've been seeing a lot of horror movies lately that need multiple viewings to fully understand. And personally, I don't want to sit through watching Hereditary again. Not that it was that bad, it's just I don't really want to. Now, this isn't a bad movie by any means. It is entertaining. It is curious. It makes you wonder what's going on. It keeps you entertained throughout the entire movie. And Toni Collette, I'm gonna call her Toni Collette because that's how it's called. That's how her name is, I think, I hope. She is really good in this movie. I'm not as impressed as other people are with her acting, but I've kind of always liked her acting, so I'm not too shocked that she's amazing in this movie. So, to be honest, she's in a lot of movies I like. I think the main problem with this movie was not actually the movie, it was its trailer, which I'm probably going to get copyrighted for, but every time I do one of this, like a copyright strike, but every time I do this, I end up putting the trailer in somewhere, so I'll probably put it at the end, or the beginning. Maybe I'll put it at the beginning, one of the two. But the trailer makes it seem severely different than what the movie's actually about. And I'm going to have to talk about some spoilers. Not drastically, not the ending. At least not yet, I'll let you know. But I will not talk about the ending. I'm going to talk about where the trailer went wrong here, so medium spoilers. It's the first half hour of the film, so not drastic spoilers, but I'm just letting you know in case. The girl that here on screen, the trailers made it seem like she was the center of attention, and that her little that was the best representation I could do, is going to be there through the entire movie. It was this compilation of her in the trailer, and it just did not work. I mean, it worked in the trailer, it did not work in the movie, because half hour in, the girl gets decapitated. So, to put it honestly here, the trailers made this movie look completely different to what it actually is. Basically what happens is she has an allergic reaction to peanuts, causing her brother to drive her home from somewhere. Not like it matters where, but I'm not going to say where, so at least if you want to still watch the movie after this, you still have some unknown knowledge. And she's driving by a telephone pole, he swerves to miss something, and she's out the window trying to, because her throat's closing in, I think. And her head hits the pole. And yeah, she gets decapitated. It's a pretty gruesome scene when you think about it. It doesn't show much. They do show her head at one point, so, and her body. They show a lot of stuff at the end. This isn't like a gruesome movie. It's not like a Friday the 13th or Freddy vs. Jason or Nightmare on Elm Street, which I haven't seen. I saw Freddy vs. Jason. I have not seen the other two. Sorry if you hear me swallowing, by the way. I definitely have not seen Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't know if I'll ever watch that. The trailers and the scenes I've seen for the movie, kind of like, yeah, I'm good. I can live without seeing that. But anyway, so the issue is the trailers don't tell us what the story's about. So when I went into it, I wasn't expecting it to be what it was. Now, personally, I don't care for this story. Personally, I couldn't care less for this story. But it's not a bad movie. The shots are really nice. There's this one beautiful shot that I love. Toni Collette is... Apologies for that yawn. It's 1:41 a.m., so yeah. I do these things so early. I don't have time during the day, so I end up doing it at nighttime. Because I just finished watching the movie. But Toni Collette is walking through a hallway, and the camera starts upside down looking at her. And then as she walks under, the camera pans right side up. And I just thought that was beautifully shot. Really pretty scene. Now, actor and actress-wise, the little girl, I really liked her in this movie. She did, and by the way, I'm trying a new kind of formula talking about all the actors and everything, because my last few have been kind of all over the place. And by the way, I'm still thinking if I'm going to post my Glass review or do a different Glass review and Escape Room, because I actually really want to own Escape Room now. I've been thinking. I really want it. But anyway, moving on. The girl's acting was really, really good. At least personally. I felt she was really good. I really liked her. Toni Collette, again, best thing in this movie. By the way, that little girl, this is like her third thing she's done. I checked IMDb. She hasn't done much. So, for her acting to be, I mean, my opinion doesn't mean much, but I thought she was pretty good, pretty damn good for only like 3 things that she's done. And in being in what I think is a pretty high quality movie, which is really impressive. So congrats to her for being really good. The guy on the right there, I don't know about the old guy. I'm sorry, I've never seen him before, I don't think. So this is the first time I've seen him. He was okay. I don't think his character demanded that much in this movie. I don't think he was... I mean, he was important. He was the grounded character. Very important, but I don't think, like, his acting was super outside of the norm. I'm not saying it was bad. It's just, I don't think that his role required as much as the 3 other roles in this movie out of these 4 people. The guy on the right, if he looks familiar, it's because he's from Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, and a couple of other things, I think. Let me see. I'm gonna look it up because I'm curious. I looked it up earlier, but I saw Welcome to the Jungle sequel, so he's in that. I feel like he's one of the... He normally doesn't have these gigantic roles like this. Normally he's like a bit part kind of person, it seems. Because I think he was also in Pixels as the young version of the main character. Let me switch up. Hereditary. Alex Wolff. Alex Wolff was first billed? Oh, hey, and there's an ad for Pet Sematary. I went and saw a movie recently, and it was actually kind of cool. There was a, like, you know, don't ruin the movie trailer ad, but for Pet Sematary, they were in a theater, and then it got very foggy, all the phones kind of blurred out, and the kids in their masks from the trailer walked in, sat down, and they did this creepy, typical jump scare kind of thing where they turned around and looked at the people, and it was just like, stay off your phones. It was just kind of neat. Anyway, off topic. I tried to open up a new tab. No, don't close. Thank you. He's an award-winning actor? So it says he's known for Hereditary, Patriots Day, Coming Through the Rye, I think is how it's pronounced, and Hairbrained. Okay, Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. I'm saying ones I know. I've heard of Patriots Day. No, he was not. Okay, scratch that. He was not in Pixels. So that was someone else. So no, I stand corrected. He's not one of those just fill-in kind of actors. My bad. That is my bad. That's what his character felt like in Welcome to the Jungle. Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle was kind of a fill-in character. I imagined him throughout the movie, which is what I'm guessing they wanted, but he wasn't in it that much. So yeah, I actually haven't seen that much. He's not in much. But he was really good. His character, I don't think his character was too complex either. I'd say the most complex was Toni Collette, then the girl, I would say, then him, then the guy in the back there, the dad. Why am I yawning so much? And yes, I meant to say that on mic. That was directed. I don't know why you would answer that, but that was directed at you. For some reason. I apologize. Anyway. His character, it was a cagey character. And I can see the reasons for it. I'm not going to say it. Not going to get too much into that. I think he was really good in this movie. Now, moving aside, I thought I had more to say. I don't. The really disappointing thing for me is the ending. I don't think the 99% of the movie to the last like 10 minutes, a little bit less than that, last like 5 minutes, I guess, was really good. And it was very creepy. It was very disturbing. And it was leading up, and I was really, really excited. And then it just kind of fell flat. I'm like, oh, that's the reason? I mean, it makes sense, but why? And I don't think I react like a lot of people to this movie. Again, this movie is not bad. Okay, I'm not going to give it an A+, but it's not a bad movie. Which, to be honest, it's not bad. I am so sorry that I'm yawning like every 5 minutes. I'm going to turn on the light, and hopefully that'll stop me from yawning. Maybe if my brain sees a light, it'll be like, oh, hey, light, it's morning. Which it technically is. Anyway, I'm babbling. So the ending is what got me. A few times in this movie, was mouth wide open, dropped, jaw dropped, terrified. There was a thing at the end involving Toni Collette and something she was doing to herself, which, in the case of the movie, it's not really her. That's not entirely spoiler, but anyway, I was just hoping that what happened wasn't going to happen through the entire movie, because I really like her as an actress, and the way I think is I'm just like, hey, I hope that actor doesn't die, or that actor doesn't have anything bad happen to them. But in a horror movie, that's normally what happens. So she was kind of hoping for everybody in this movie, but that's not going to affect. Did I just click? I think I did. That's not good. That time I did it on purpose. Anyway, I don't judge my review on that. So, in case you're wondering, it won't go upon that. I am judging it, though, on the trailer. The trailer is part of the promotional content for this movie, and if the trailer does not tell what the movie itself is about, then that's just not how I want to go into a movie. If I knew nothing about this movie and I had not seen the trailer, then, I forgot most about the trailer, but when I saw it, I was like, yeah, I remember. And, all the promotional stuff is showing Colette and the girl. And the girl is, wrapped around this movie. On the back, she's in 2 still images on the back of the DVD case. And if you're wondering why I have a case, you're probably not. I borrowed it from a library, so that's why. She's twice on here, and as I said, which I've already gone past that, she's gone in the first half hour. Or she's dead in the first half hour, phrasing. And I didn't like that. And to me, the trailer screams, this girl is a gigantic part. What I think they were doing was trying to show this new actress in a movie. This little girl. Or this girl, not little. I count little like 8 or 9. I don't know why I said little then. Up to 10, I guess. Why does that matter? I'm sorry. I think it's partially because I'm tired, and also partially because I'm still trying to process this movie. I feel like Toni Collette right now, the way her character was in this movie. I feel like they were trying to show that this actress is good, and she is. She is very good. And, that's interesting. On the cover of the movie, I don't know if it's on purpose to stand out. I think it is, because of the title. Oh, I think I understand. Their eyes are both blue, and it's like a very... I didn't notice it until now. It's standing out a lot. And I think they did that on purpose. Because through the rest of the movie, their eyes don't stand out a lot. But on the cover, they're like... yeah, they're standing out. I apologize heavily. This is a mess. Anyway. The scenes and the shots are really good. The story does lack in the end, in my personal opinion. Otherwise, the actors and actresses, great work from everybody in this movie. It creeped me the hell out until the very end when I'm just like, what the heck? There's a scene involving the guy from, Adam Wolf. I'm just going to call him Wolf. His last name is Wolf. Wolff, I think. Wolf. Has a scene where he's in a school. It's in the trailer, briefly. But he's in a school and this, like, it's representation, but there's, like, weird blue thing, like, flashes down the hallway or, in a classroom, and then something happens, which really creeps me out, as well as the car accident scene, and the kid is very creepy. If you want someone to act who can have this intense creepiness about them, if that makes sense, it's definitely that guy. That guy, for a while, I'm like, what is he doing? Why is he just... Because after the accident, he was like, very just... He did not want to look in the back seat, which is partially because of trauma. But I was very creeped out by him in that scene. I don't know why. I was very weirded out. It's just that I think the payoff isn't that good. Of all the stuff that happens, and I kind of realized early on one thing, which I'm not going to spoil, but it involves someone Toni Collette meets. And I was like, yeah, that person's definitely not who they seem. And, of course, in most movies, that's how it is. But yeah, so it was an interesting movie. It's not one that I think I'm going to get in my personal movie collection. If I were to watch it a second time a few years down the line and realize how good it is. I mean, maybe I do want it. It wasn't a bad movie. I enjoyed watching it. I was very creepy. Again, Toni Collette is really good. I might get it just because of her, because I like watching her movies. I believe she played in The Way, Way Back, which I should do a movie review for. Because I really, really like that movie. She was in The Sixth Sense? Oh, who knew? She was in Krampus as well. That's a good movie. I like that movie. I should do one for that one too. The Box Trolls one? She did a voice in that. Hitchcock. Right. Fright Night. I like that movie as well. There's a lot of movies on here I like. Didn't realize she was in them though. Little Miss Sunshine. Sixth Sense. I think we're going too far back. I may have... Oh, there it is. Way, way back. Yeah, she was in that. I absolutely love that movie. And she was really good in that movie, too. Which is... I like her acting. Sorry. If you hear weird noises, my cord is being... not agreeing. It's not agreeing with me right now. But yeah, if you like Toni Collette, honestly, they're all good. I don't know why I'm sticking around this, but it was a big driving point for this movie on selling it. And I think it kind of took a leap at the end. It went from creepy to just full out weird, but not full out weird in the good sense. Full out weird as in naked person weird. And without too many spoilers, all I can say is naked people. It went from a creepy thing to having a couple of naked people. It's all the only way to describe without spoiling. It's just when you watch the movie, when the naked people came about, I just kind of lost interest, and I was like, what the heck? Why? It was good up till now. the ending, not the strongest. The rest of the movie was brilliant. There's a correlation between one of the things Toni Collette does. She makes these dioramas of her house, her rooms. When the accident happens, she makes a diorama of the accident. And down to the tiniest detail. I mean, she made a tiny little head, had a tiny little orange sweatshirt, made a tiny version of her son and placed them where they were in the accident, and the light pole that, the decapitation happened on. And there's a correlation to that, and a correlation to the ending, and how she was never really in control of anything. The dioramas were meant for her to be in control of her own life, kind of have the control, when in reality her life was not even in her own control, which is not spoiling anything. I'm not giving away the ending or anything. It's just a neat little touch. There's a lot of nice little neat touches about this. Now, I just want to mention, I did not promise this was a spoiler-free review, so if you do think these are spoilers, then that's not my fault. I'm not going to title this spoiler-free review. I'm just going to title this Hereditary review, so just in case. Not that it matters if I'm held accountable for it, but it's not a spoiler-free. I don't count those as spoilers because I'm not giving anything away about the movie that's in the movie. It's kind of one of those things you have to notice on your own. I gave one thing away from the movie, but it's the first half hour. So it's like a 2-hour-long movie. 2-hour-long movie, yeah. So, and those nice little neat touches are what I like. Now, I kind of want to see a movie that's not so unique as these that I've been seeing, because we're starting to get to a point where there's a lot of these movies. And I need to do a movie review for The Prodigy, which I liked more than most, I think. But that one, I didn't like the ending of that one either. The endings for horror movies seem to be kind of lame. And I also want to mention that a lot of times what happens is I do a movie review to get my first thoughts out, and then my mind changes afterward. I don't plan on posting anything. If it does change, if I ever bring it up, I'll mention how I talked to someone and they explained some things that happened and it helped me understand. Which is also kind of why I'll be doing a movie review for Us soon. And I really liked that movie. I liked it. I liked it when I got out of the theater. I was really confused, and then it just got to a point where I started to love it. I never said it was a bad movie or anything, in case anyone's watching that knows me, because I know there might be a few people trying to check out my review. Highly doubtful. I'm getting too hopeful about stuff like that. But anyway, it's a unique movie, and that's not a bad thing. I just feel that we're getting too many movies nowadays that have some unique endings to them, or unique touches, and it makes us think so much about the movie, which is not bad. I don't mind that happening occasionally. It's definitely better than having The Conjuring, and Chucky spin-offs, and Friday the 13th spin-offs. Combined Freddy vs. Jason, for example, was just I enjoyed the movie, didn't have really too much meat behind it. Actually, the case is there it is. There's a case. You can't see it, but I have the Freddy vs. Jason. I own that one. But a movie like that didn't have too much actual content around it. It was more of a just because movie, and this is definitely not one of those. If you like a story, and you may absolutely love the ending, it's just that to me, I felt that was the ununique part, and I think, see, my mind's going all over the place right now, and that's because I'm thinking and rethinking, and that's why this is a mess. But I want to do it now while the movie's fresh, rather than wait a while. Personally. Sorry, I need to close the IMDb page. I still have it open. I was looking at something. Okay. So yeah, I think it mostly boils down to the ending. It seems to be the case with horror movies nowadays, is that the ending is just not what it needed to be. The ending was not satisfactory enough, or it was just plain weird, which this one kind of is borderline. For me, it's just kind of there to wrap it up. Kind of would have been happier without that happening. I mean, it answers a lot of questions, but those are connections you make yourself. So if they could have done it in a bit of a different way. Because I actually had to watch a ending explained video to understand one aspect of the movie, which when I found out, I'm like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And I'm like, I get, because I associated with the girl when it which is what they wanted you to do, but then there's another step I needed to do an association, and I didn't fully get that until I watched that ending explained, which I shouldn't have to. At the same time, it needs to be left open, and that's kind of one of these movies where a lot of stuff will be left open-ended, and you'll be questioning, and some of the stuff will get answered, some of it won't. Unfortunately, that's just the way it's going to be. So anyway, I think that's about to wrap this up. I can't speak. I'm going to give this movie a C+. I enjoyed watching it, but the ending just didn't live up to what I wanted it to be. I also saw The Bye Bye Man recently as well. That's a movie for another time. Which I didn't find it terrible, but I didn't find it... I found it one of those movies that is there just for the sake of being there. But that's for a different day. This is the Hereditary review. This is Hereditary's time to shine, not Bye Bye Man, not Us, not all these other movies. It's Hereditary's time to shine. And it did. I enjoyed this movie. It entertained me. But the ending counts for a lot for me. I'm more about the story than just the scares. I do want to get creeped out. But if there's a good story, and I like the story a lot, which is kind of... I'm going to put into relation. If you came from Us, or if you're going to watch the Us review later, whenever I do it, don't know when, not happening now. Us is one of those movies where in the end, overall, I liked the ending. And the ending makes a good story. Personally, in that movie, I had started off not liking it, and then I ended up liking it in the end. The story is really important to me. Now, again, that's just me. This is the beauty of having multiple people review movies, is that they all have a different point of view on it. And in Hereditary's case, some people may think the ending's amazing. They may not care for the ending. But I really liked this movie. I just didn't like the ending. And for me, the ending accounts to a lot. It creeped me out. But when an ending takes you out of your creeped out state, or out of your confused state, and just makes it weird, I guess it kind of made me more confused. Because I'm wondering how these naked people got into their house. For one. That's just one of the many things that was going through my brain. And I'm like... That's what I'm like. I'm like, yeah, I could have done without seeing that. Not like it was bad or anything. I've seen worse in gore movies. But yeah, sorry. I just realized I had a pencil really close and I was tapping the eraser down. So if you heard anything that sounded like a little slight tap, that's why. So yeah, that is mostly my thoughts on Hereditary. Sorry for the ramblings. That's who I am. That's how I am. And fun fact, this is actually a full wallpaper. The background to this is a separate image from the title. Fun fact, I put the two together. I'm creative. Anyway, I definitely say that this would have been fun to see in theaters. I did not see this in theaters. I would have seen it in theaters. Maybe not at an expensive theater, though. Not like straight off the bat. Maybe if you have any $5 theaters near you, smaller ones, I would have gone to one of those. $5, $3, $2. Makeshift projector at home, watching it, maybe. Definitely not. I wouldn't have paid the full amount to see it in the theater. I don't think it would have paid off that much. But I definitely would have paid to see it in a theater. Maybe if there was nothing else going on in the movies, I would pay to see this in theaters, even in 90% of the theaters out there, because they all cost the same, roughly. Maybe I'm completely wrong about that. Who knows? Apparently not me. But yeah, I also don't think this is a movie that I'd pay $30 to $20 to buy. This is probably something I'd pick out of the $5 bin, or buy it off of Amazon when it's at like $14. Maybe $20. I just don't think $30 to $20. $19.99, which is $20. $19, $18. Anything below $20, I think I'd pay for this movie. If it was $10, yeah, this is definitely a good $10 pick. It's way better than a $10 pick. It at least deserves $20. Why am I associating with a movie price? I don't know. Also, Lionsgate is the one that published this, and I'm a gigantic Lionsgate fan. Unfortunately, Movies Anywhere, Lionsgate is not a part of that yet, so at the time of this recording, you cannot connect your Lionsgate movies to Movies Anywhere. So, what the heck is that? Sorry, I'm looking at the back case. What the? There's a little thing on there that has a plug. What? I don't remember seeing that in the movie. Maybe I just missed it. Weird. Okay. I think I know at least where it would be in the movie. I just didn't see it. Really odd. Sorry about my yawning. I leave blank patches. I need to stop doing these at night and stop yawning. It's only when I record, I swear, I start recording and then I have to yawn. Like I don't want to record, but I love recording. That's the thing, I love doing this. But my body is like, no, I am bored of this. I don't want to do this. Don't do it. Is that possible? Whatever. I need to stop babbling. So definitely check this out if you are a horror fan. You won't be entirely disappointed. You're disappointed in my review right now because I don't focus on the movie. And it's 36 minutes long. But you won't be disappointed in the movie overall. Worst case scenario, I'd say you're like me, disappointed in the ending. Again, I like the more creepy things that creep me out a lot rather than downright just jump scare heavy, which I haven't seen a movie like that come out in a while. Sorry, I'm messing with something on my desk because apparently I can't focus on doing one thing. I'm gonna drop my pencil now. So yeah, I'm gonna stop here because I'm just going in loops kind of, as well as trying to formulate my thoughts and make sure I have everything on this movie. And unfortunately, that's the way I'm gonna be. Even if I think about it for a long time, I'll have to loop stuff around. This was a mess of a review. I apologize for anyone who loves this movie and think that my review is just not appropriate for this movie, because there's someone out there who's gonna think that, meaning I'm not I'm yawning and they find that disrespectful to this movie because they absolutely love it. There's someone out there like that. Apologies, that is not the case. It's just I'm doing this late because I was watching it later. Again, horror movies late. Who doesn't like watching horror movies later in the night, right? But yeah, I did like this movie. And again, I said I might get it because I really do like Toni Collette. But, yeah, hold on. Let me switch me. But I need to think that whoever did the trailer needs to rethink for future projects and make sure that they actually know what the movie's about before they do the trailer. Because throwing a trailer together, the trailer was great. The movie was great still. It's just that when you make a trailer that differs from the story, just because what I'm most upset about is the fact that the girl was in the trailer a lot, and like the advertisements are more about the girl, when in the end one of the most important characters is Toni Collette and the brother, in the sense, the guy on the right there. Pretty important characters. So is the dad. Actually, all three but the girl are actually probably more important characters. The girl's a very important character, but in the sense of screen time, the other three are more important. Yet in most of the ads I've been seeing and most of everything, the person that gets the most screen time is mostly the girl. And she's really creepy. Don't get me wrong, they did a good job making her creepy. It's just that when the movie isn't centered around that, don't center your trailer around that. It can be a thing, it can be a person, it can be an animal. And I've seen other things do that, like The Village, written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan. The trailer made it seem it was going to be this very creepy story about these creatures in the woods, when it turned out to be a love story. And you see what I mean there? If you watch that trailer, you can see that it's showing all these creatures in the woods, and then it's more this love story. And you're like, oh. I never saw that in theaters, but when I found out about that, I'm like, yeah, I can see why people don't like that movie as much, because the trailer gave them the wrong idea going in. And that's the issue. The trailer really represents the film, and if there's anything off about the trailer, it just doesn't give the film what it deserves. And this is a good film, but I'm still giving it a C+, because I really did enjoy it, but for me, the ending just didn't fully wrap around the story for me, and that I grade more heavily on the story, in my opinion, than I do the overall quality. And even though, for me, C is not that terrible, C+ isn't that terrible, but it's definitely not a A+ movie for me. So anyway, again, I would recommend this movie. Check it out if you're into horror. It's not gigantically horror, but it's really creepy. Those movies I like a lot, rather than full-blown horror, because I sometimes can't handle stuff like that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If I didn't play the trailer at the beginning, I'll play it now. And look forward to some more reviews in the future. These videos are quicker to do than most of my game things, to be honest. So there will be more of these, because I enjoy doing them, even though I blabber and, go off on rants and talk about things that I don't need. I tried to use them as analogies and they don't work out. So anyway, I'm going to stop wasting your time now, and I'm going to get going. Thank you guys so much for watching this probably 42 to 43 minute video, 45, something like that. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and hopefully you'll stick around and watch another review in the future. So, thank you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.
Come on, Peter. Let's just soon.
It's heartening to see so many strange new faces here today. I know my mom would be very touched and probably a little suspicious. My mother was a very secretive and private woman. Grandma, you know you were her favorite, right? Even when you were a little baby, she wouldn't let me feed you because she needed to feed you. She was a very difficult woman, which maybe explains me.
I recognize you from your mother.
What?
Sometimes I swear I can feel them in the room. She isn't gone.
She had private rituals, private friends.
Who's gonna take care of me?
You don't think I'm gonna take care of you?
But when you die,
And she wasn't altogether there. At the end.
I don't like this. Dad, I don't like this.
What's happening? Tina! Don't you ever raise your voice at me! I am your mother! Please stop! Mom, what's happening? Make it stop! Make it stop!
I just don't want to put any more stress on my family.